Hey, Project for the Family, it's April Ulmer here, and I am here with Coach Kelci Hegg, and she is the Director of Coaching for Westchester Rush.
Yes.
Say thanks for joining us, Kelci.
Of course, thanks for having me.
So let me just say first, my daughter London had the privilege of playing with Westchester Rush at this DPL Eastern Regional Showcase. Loves Coach Kelci. She's an amazing coach, so we're excited to be here. So let's just start out by kind of letting you introduce yourself a little bit. Like, tell us a little bit about your background and,
Sure. So I grew up in North Carolina. I played for a small club there. Mm-hmm. I had actually a guest opportunity of playing with the Oklahoma Fury when I was younger, and I then got picked up by Vanderbilt University. That's where I played my college ball for all 4 years there. And I played 2 years at striker and 2 years at back, and then I ended up traveling to New York, and I played for the New York Magic at the time, which was the professional league here, and I captained them for 5 years at center back. And then I transitioned into coaching youth soccer, and I've been here for too many years now, probably. I've been here for about 12 years coaching youth soccer. I was the head coach at a D2 school in New York, Concordia College, and now I am the assistant coach at University of Mount St. Vincent in Riverdale.
Wow. Yeah. That's quite a career. That's amazing. Yeah. So, like I said, we're here at the DPL showcase, and one of the reasons, this is London's second time playing for you.
Yes.
We came back for more because the first time was such an amazing experience guest playing. The first time, it was her first time guest playing actually ever when she played for you last year.
I had no idea.
Yeah. And so it was great because, she loved the way that you coached. I mean, you always give good feedback. You're amazing with the girls. She learned a lot just being with you that time. And also, we always talk about how it's important for girls to hear the voices of different coaches.
Absolutely.
Gain different perspective, confidence playing. Like you said, this time around, she was a little bit more confident, right? Mm-hmm. And also being placed in scenarios that maybe aren't as familiar.
Yeah.
So they can kind of grow and stretch a little bit. And so that's one of the reasons why we were like, we loved it the first time. Playing for you the second time was great too. So let's talk a little bit about first sort of your perspective in terms of guest playing. So we love that you give girls the opportunity to guest play with your team.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the opportunity to guest play, obviously, I had a great experience and it got me to where I wanted to be on the next level. But I think it's fun for them to challenge themselves in a new environment. More so than that, it gives them a great opportunity to create friendships across the board. Soccer is such a small world. Mm-hmm. The guest playing opportunities for girls to come in and play with me. I'm a lover of the game more than anything. So any chance that I get the opportunity to share what I've learned over the years with other younger players is something that I want to continue to do. So many of these players that come in and play for me religiously or come in and guest play, love the game so much, and to be able to see that fire and that love and that passion, it just burns more inside of me. That's why I continue to do it. And you get great kids like London who come in who maybe haven't had the opportunities or something like that, and then they get to see that there's a bigger world out there than maybe what they've been playing so far. And they transition into bigger, better things. And I think that's a huge advantage of being able to guest play. To your point, coaches always offer a different perspective. And when you go and guest play, you never know whether you're going to be able to play the position that you're accustomed to playing, or maybe the coach sees you as something different and you get to grow in that aspect of your understanding the technical, tactical part of the game.
Right.
I hate to interrupt. I know you're enjoying this conversation, but do me a favor. Be sure to like and subscribe because it helps us bring you more content just like this. Now, back to the show.
That's amazing. That's fantastic. Yeah. And so with events like this, like the DPL showcase, talk to us about the value that you see in that the DPL brings to girls soccer in terms of giving them opportunities like this to get seen, but also just kind of grow competition, the whole thing. Give us your
so the DPL is a great event. It's a girls only league, and so it started small, and now it's obviously branching into more of a nationwide. But to have significant events like this in a place like this, right, where you have 14 to 20 fields and you feel the energy the minute that you walk in here, right?
Right.
And you see the camaraderie and you see when kids are guest playing, right? They see kids that they've seen before, and the competition level is high, and there's just an overall energy of sometimes I think when you play, you get sucked into this bubble where you don't know the energy level of everything else. And here, it's like everybody's here for the same purpose. Right. They want to get better at a sport that they love. Mm-hmm. And the DPL has done a really good job of encouraging that on their social media, right? Like you can go on, you see the goals, you can follow these kids, you know what other clubs are doing, and it's very proactive in growing the relationship between youth females and the sport of soccer. I was around in the Mia Hamm era, and that when we saw that growth in the women's soccer game, and now you're seeing another jump as you get the Sophia Smiths of the world, and those where there's so many, heroes and players that these girls can look up to. But for me, there was a limited, because there was no professional league and there was nothing like this. Right. And here you just get that environment where you see so many youth female players that are here for the same point of view.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's so exciting. It's an exciting time to be a girl in soccer for sure. Yeah. And so I think that's a beautiful perspective, and we appreciate that, and coming from all your experience and everything too. So like I was saying, one of the things we love about Coach Kelci is she always gives tips. She's always trying to help kids grow. She was just talking to London about things to work on, and so we really love that, and we really appreciate that for sure. Yeah, absolutely. It's all about development, right? And so to close this out, sure. And this is kind of more Lowe's thing, like he always drops it on me, he's like, give me 3 tips. Okay, so Coach Kelci, can you give us 3 tips or 3 recommendations for parents who are watching this, who are interested in helping their girls grow in the sport, develop, like what are some critical things that you would say that they should kind of focus on with kind of getting their girls going with going further in the sport?
Sure. I think first and foremost, find a coach that's invested in your child. Mm-hmm. Right? Like that's the biggest thing. We can sell a league or you can sell a team, but the coach is going to make the difference in your child's development if they are invested in making sure that they learn technically, tactically, all the things that are going to get them to the next level. I think the second thing that I would say is individual skill work is something that's lacking at this point in time. The more your kids get on a ball, the better off they're going to be. So whether it's and there's so many different things you can do now, apps and dribble up, and there's just so many ways that you can broaden your game individually that will help you in the grander scheme of things. And then the third thing that I tell players all the time is watch the game. Right? Watch the game at all levels. You can learn something. Find a player you really like, man, woman, learn your position, learn your craft, but watch the game and learn the game to the best of your ability, and it's going to make you a completely different player.
Wow, those are great tips. So good. Well, thank you so much.
Of course. All the time. All the time. Thank you guys.
So much into our girl. Yeah.
I love her. Okay. Better watch out for London.